Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another Power episode of Iron Panther Presents. First, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everyone who's joining us. We hope you had a good, safe New Year and you're COVID-free and you're going to hang out with us for a little bit as we talk about Tariq. Book 2, we're looking at plot holes and predictions since the season 2 is coming back next Sunday for another 5 episodes of excitement. But before we do that, I actually want to say thank you to all of you who helped us reach 1,000 subscribers officially. So we do appreciate that. And to that, we're going to do a giveaway for this video. So anyone who leaves a permanent comment on the video after it's posted and then emails us at the official Iron Panther email address in the description of the video, you will receive, therefore, an electronic Amazon gift card for your participation in our channel. This does not apply to team members. So I was like, if I verify you,
okay.
I was like, no. But yeah, everybody else, we appreciate y'all stopping by. But anyway, so what we do, I looked at IMDb to see what we could glean from the information about actors associated with Power Book 2, and we got some good news to share. As a lot of us have been talking about, one of the biggest plot holes, I would submit, I think we all agree, is what happened to 2-Bit, Mr. Francis. What happened to him? In season 1, episode 8, he got out of jail. He went to go see Spanky's mom, and somehow he was able to find Tariq, which made no damn sense, but we'll let that go. And he basically says, Tariq, you got to pay me what your dad owed me. And in episode 9, he sent some threatening text messages. In episode 8, he killed the GTG member to protect Tariq, and he wanted 50 grand a week or some shit like that. And we never heard of that motherfucker again. And I'm like, what? So, according to IMDb, Francis is officially credited with 3 episodes as it relates to Power Book 2. Since he's only been in 1 official episode, which is episode 8 of season 1, that means we should be seeing him 2 more episodes in the next 5 is what we think we should be happening. If it's correct, because people can just add whatever they want to IMDb, as we know after a while. But let's go with Kim. Kim, what do you think about the idea of 2-Bit coming back? What do you think his story will be?
Oh, I think 2-Bit will come back. You know, it's gonna be like maybe he got caught up. You know, maybe he rearrested or something happened to him. You know, they're gonna give us some stupid story, and then all of a sudden he's gonna be another after Tariq gets out, because we know Tariq will be out this episode coming up. He's gonna be out of jail and smashing Effie. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I think he's gonna come back and he's gonna be another person that's trying to get money from Tariq. So this is going to be another person. He already pays the lawyer, right? It has to pay. Well, actually, he pays 2 lawyers. It's the conservatorship lawyer. He pays him, and then he has to pay Davis. So yeah, he's always paying somebody. But anyway, somehow he's going to fit into this. But I think that Kane might have to take care of 2-Bit. I don't know how it's going to fit. But I feel like that's what's going to happen, because his Monet is going to tell him to, because you know, Tariq might come up short or something like that with Monet's money, something like that. I can't really gauge it because he's been gone so long. It's like, how do you bring him back out of the blue? You know. All
right. So your official is he ain't here for long. That he will be out of here by this season.
I think he's. I think if he turns up again. If Kane doesn't kill him, if he turns up again, it'll be with Tommy. Like he'll leave because Kane was like, you need to leave. Like, get out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I got you. He's gonna run out of town and he's going to Chicago.
Right, exactly. To be with Tommy. Yeah.
All right. That's all right. Stacey, what do you think?
He's gonna be part of Mecca's crew. He's gonna replace the guy that got his throat slit by the sushi chef.
That's a good one.
That's a good one too. That's a good one too. You think he's going the distance? You think he's in Power Book 2 to stay?
Yeah. Not that he no longer has a girlfriend. I don't think it's a long-term thing. He's probably just fulfilling his contract.
And Courtney's gonna make sure the motherfucker gone. He will have a fitting ending though. Do we believe his murder will be on screen? Since both of you believe he's going to be murdered, if I get this straight.
I'll kill him off, and then 50 will be petty and put him in DMF.
Just to stick it to Courtney. So to both of your points, I don't think he's long for book 2. I hope that somehow he ends up in force. I think that what they're going to do, since somehow his murder of the GTG member is kind of still a thing, depending on what plot convenience they're trying to go with, that if the cops actually investigate any of this bullshit, they kind of tie it to him and he has to go. And then somehow he gets a hold of Tommy, and Tommy's like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's all family. Why don't you come out here? And he gets one more 50 grand from Tariq, and then he heads out. Like, I don't want him in book 2, because book 2 is about kids, and he's bigger than that. Like, I would be disappointed if he's a fucking Tariq henchman or some bullshit. Like, we don't need someone else trying to control Tariq. I mean, damn. I mean, it's and he broke, so he's paying Sachs and Davis money, right? Then, like you said, Monet want money. He's not paying Warren. Like, he's not paying for the conservatorship, because I guess he's being paid from Ghost's money.
Oh, okay. That's true.
But I'm saying, but like, fighting for Yaz is gonna cost money and shit. So I mean, at some level, like, so I mean, Davis is expensive. Davis and Sachs minimum are expensive, and like you said, he has to deal with Monet and get her cut. But again, I'm definitely interested to see how they bring him back. He was free when we saw him, right? So if he does end up in jail, maybe that goes into the new other character, which is coming back, which is Cristobal. Cristobal, because the plot hole was that he was in the bed when Elisa Jimenez was arrested in book 1. He was about to clap them cheeks, and it didn't work out. Sometimes you gotta let the booty go, bro. Sometimes it's too hot. But anyway, he committed, and then they both got arrested. Alicia got murdered, and we don't know what the fuck happened to Cristobal. I mean, it was no conversation, there was no scene. But again, according to IMDb, he's gonna be in 5 episodes for 2022. Bless you. So it could be we'll start seeing him Sunday, and he'll work it out. And he's probably in jail. But Stacey, what do you think? How do you think Cristobal is coming back? What does he mean to the Power universe?
His cult is smuggling drugs for the Mexican cartel.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about 2 different shows?
Oh shit! Stacey knew I was gonna do it, but she did it for me. Go ahead, Stacey. Go ahead, Stacey.
So he's gonna bring the kids on the school bus to deliver
from Mexico, because they've been swallowing the balloons this whole time. No, Stacey. This is the origin story.
Are we gonna see Dark Walkers?
He got the Dark Walk. We don't know what happened to him to Annabelle. We don't know how they grew up, right? So this is his cellmate named Daikon, and him got pretty close. And whatever. It's prison. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? And then he renames himself and starts a cult in prison, and he's called himself the Highest. So Tariq will meet the Highest and Daikon and be like, what in the fuck? And then the Highest will give him shelter and protection while Tariq is in jail.
Will there be a coronation? In
exchange for, ass. So maybe Tariq may have to do something, whatever.
What?
I didn't write this show. I didn't write it. I'm just saying, if the Highest is brought in, something's going into Tariq. I mean, that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we want. We want the Highest and Daikon brought into this series, and then they bust out. He gets on parole. And he goes down to DC, and he starts his cult called the Rakadushi. Please. Tyler Perry, help us out, bro. I'm not asking for much. All right, just make this happen with Courtney Kemp, but this shit will be hilarious.
Wow.
If that don't work out, go with a plan B. Okay. 5 episodes. Stacey, you know what? Keith, he hooks up with Dante for the Latin thing. He hooks up with Dante somehow.
Or he could be one of Lorenzo's people.
Oh, like a cousin or some shit?
I mean, Lorenzo just got out of prison. Maybe he got his homie out of prison. They hook up, start running the business.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And instead of putting Kane in charge or Drew in charge, he puts Cristobal in charge because that's what was helping him run into prison when he was in prison. We just didn't see him because he was doing street shit, whatever in prison. I don't know. So Kim, what do you think? What do you think?
That makes sense, but what I think is from the conversation that on the next episode we see that Lorenzo is talking to Kane about not being his right hand man, and Kane doesn't like that. So if Cristobal becomes the right hand man to Lorenzo, Kane's gonna get rid of him because Kane is he's crazy. He wants so much attention from his parents that he'll do anything for it.
Yeah.
Right. So he's he'll set Cristobal up. He's gonna do something where Cristobal is gonna be out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think Cristobal is long for this show. I think he's gonna do the 5 episodes and he'll be gone. But I think it's gonna be Kane who gets rid of him, or it might be Lorenzo who gets rid of him because Kane does something to set him up, kind of like what he did to Tariq. All
right, but Lorenzo falls for it. But Lorenzo falls for it and says,
Lorenzo falls for it, but he doesn't find out that this is, BS until it's too late. And also, I don't think Lorenzo is long for this series either. I think Monet and Mecca, something's gonna happen.
So you bring that up. So again, looking at IMDb, you got the fact that Mecca is signed up for 10 episodes, so he's going the distance at least for this season. Lorenzo has 15 episodes, but we have to go, so he's probably going the distance. So it's going to end up being one of them. I don't think both of them are making it to season 3. So you're putting it on that Lorenzo's going to go.
Yes,
that's your bet. Stacey, what do you think, Lorenzo or Mecca? I know, right?
I'll probably give it to Lorenzo. But my biggest question is, will Cristobal be wearing a shirt?
I hope not.
He already jacked. I mean, the highest keeps him. The highest keeps
him never wearing clothes on Ruthless. So, it's New York, so it's a little chilly,
and it's kind of cold. Stacey.
Yeah, it's winter. It's always winter based.
Yeah,
it's always winter based. Yeah.
I don't know. Might be a little cold.
Stacey. His first client, he just goes.
That's how you test the drugs.
Wow. Okay.
When they wake up in a bed of flowers.
Oh shit! Like where the flowers come from? Where the flowers come from? It's like Diane is so impressed with the beauty of Cristobal.
He takes her virginity, and Lorenzo has to kill him.
Kill that fucker. Kane will get him first. Don't even worry about that. Kane, I think that will be the one thing that will bring these two people together. We have to murder this man. Like he's fucking the whole family will do it. Like, bro, you want something to bring this family together? Let Diane get her cleats chapped, her cheeks clapped for the first time. The entire family will murder that person. Entire family, ain't no doubt. And that would be hilarious. But if they bring him back, that's a lot of episodes. And then, so it could be that maybe we're seeing that he's going to be in season 3, and because I think season 3 is going to start in 2022. And so because I bring that up because Tariq, Monet, Davis, and those three, and Braden, those 4 have 21 episodes accredited to them on the IMDb. So it's like they're already projecting to season 3. So it could be that they're going to be there that long, and Cristobal maybe that's a lot of episodes for him to be in. So he may make it to season 3, and then he gets killed off in season 3. Another person coming in is going to be a Detective Lucas. Detective Lucas has 5 episodes accredited to him in 2022. And you know who does not have any episodes accredited to him in 2022 is Detective Kevin Whitman.
Good.
So it seems like Lucas will replace Kevin. How is that going to happen? Why is it going to happen? Somehow it's going to happen off screen. If IMDb is to be believed. Stacey, what do you think?
I have no idea.
All right,
Are
Kim?
we ever going to get a backstory with him and Carrie? Because there's clearly something going on.
If he's off screen, probably not. Probably not. Kim, what do you think?
Yeah, he'll probably. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who it is, but yeah, he'll probably replace Whitman because Whitman definitely is going to get in trouble because of what he was doing to Carrie. So he's going to be out of there.
So that's what I'm thinking. I think if it's true, right? Like we don't see him again, then Lucas is gonna come in and be like, hey, people found out that he had Zeke there, that he asked for assistance, that he didn't get it, that he's been breaking rules because he's all focused on Carrie. Somebody snitched on him, and therefore Lucas is taking over.
Kamal. Isn't that his name? Kamal Tate.
Kamal Tate. So
yeah,
Kamal Tate probably snitched on him and that's why Lucas is taking over. But since there was some type of history between Kevin and Carrie, you would have wanted something to kind of flush that out to see why he was so obsessed. I thought he was gonna be murdered at some point. Really, I thought he was gonna be murdered, and then
he could still get murdered.
Yeah, but that would be cheap. Like if he's murdered off screen and like you don't see his body. I don't know if he does, if you just see his body, does that count as him being in the episode?
Did what you call it get a credit for episode 1?
Which one?
The black guy.
Oh, Jabari?
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're seen, you get a credit, right? If you're
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go. So he's mysteriously is found dead, and then they get into it. So that could be something. I mean, that could be something. So
wait,
overall,
you saying that you think Whitman's gonna die? Because I don't think he's gonna die.
I don't think he's gonna die. I'm just saying, like he's got to be taken off screen, but it has to be something permanent that he like the dean. The dean was taken off, but they gave you dialogue, but she was nothing. I mean, it was easy to replace her with somebody else. It's not a big deal. Like Kevin has been a serious component in this investigation. He's been running next to Kamal. Like he's been running this investigation. So just to take him out is a pretty big.
I think they bump him down. Like, that's normally what they do on these procedurals, right? If you break the rules as a detective, they bring you down to like desk work, or you go back to wearing your blues again,
All right. So he gets demoted, not dead, but he's not part of the investigation anymore, and Detective Lucas takes over.
Right. Kamal.
Right.
I think. Well, Kamal and Detective Lewis. Right.
Yeah, because Kamal's working with the DA's office, so he's like supposed to be overseeing the thing or whatever.
Right.
So the big storyline is Tariq in jail, or arrested for this shit. How's he gonna get out? What's up?
He's only in jail for 10 seconds. I mean, literally, he's out the next episode. He's out.
It better be bail, because this don't make any sense. Like, and I don't know how he got bail off a double murder and one of them being a cop.
Yeah.
I mean, because he did kill Jabari. So, I mean, I don't even know. So back it up. So my question with that first is, why wasn't Braden arrested also? The only reason they even looked into Tariq was because the snitches said that, a white kid was selling drugs on campus. Kamal looked into it and said it was probably Braden. And then he said that Braden and Tariq were probably doing it together. That was his idea. And he's the one that found the badge in both of their rooms. So both of them, in fact, Braden should have been in cuffs being taken off campus while Tariq was coming up. And he's like, oh, fuck. And then they get Tariq 2 and Ghost and Tommy 2.0 are both taken to jail together with Jacob Banks playing in the background. Like, that should have been the scene. Because it makes no fucking sense that he's like, damn, bro, what happened to you? I guess I'll be seeing you, bro. But so that goes to another issue.
He's Western.
Right.
But at least that should have been addressed. I mean, don't think he's not gonna get a lawyer as soon as he gets down there. But he and his lawyer should have been there. His family could have been there because he's a Weston. But he's still also maybe Detective Lucas is investigating the robbery at the jewelry store that fucking Braden was in on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then that brings him into Braden's world, into Tariq's world, and this is where Braden starts to feel the heat from the station. Like that would make some type of sense if they did that. But then, so if somehow Braden is free for whatever reason, I'm thinking him and Lauren are going to work together to get Tariq out to make sure he don't go down for this. Ultimately.
Yeah, I think that. I think definitely that the reason why Tariq's going to get out is because of probably Braden. Maybe Braden does talk to his dad, gets his dad to, look into it and, lets Tariq out. They get, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
the Weston, right? So it's like, and then also, I mean, Davis can bring up, wait a minute, he doesn't live in that room by himself, right? And there's access to that room. It's not like it's locked. There are other people that can walk into that room
everybody walks into that room.
Yeah, everybody walks into that room.
What's the shit out of them?
The campus has no security from what I've seen. Nobody has to sign in. These kids are free running in and out of each other's, dorm rooms, right? So Davis can argue that. And then Braden is his roommate. So you can't just say, oh, this is Tariq's room. No, it can't do that. So I think that's why he gets out.
So also we got to remember that Braden should be able to figure out that it must have been Kane that put the badge there, because he's like,
yeah.
So we're hoping that he's smart enough to put that together and be like, okay, I know Tariq didn't kill this cop. So I'm saying, so we gotta look into this, right? And then I think the irony would be that when Braden told Tariq, you can't tell Lauren about our business. It comes to the point that he has to tell Lauren about the business because she is the undercover informant, in this organization. And therefore she's the Angie working with the Tommy to get Ghost out of jail. And she's like, damn it. And then just like Angie, she's blaming the white boy for her black boyfriend being a drug dealer, because she's like, it's probably Braden doing all this. Tariq is just a boy caught in this situation. He's like, I don't know. It was Braden. It wasn't me. So we the elements are still there when it comes to this denial, right? But then Tamika's back. Tamika Washington is back, probably for the rest of the season. So there's gonna be some legal procedures going on. That's probably
Tariq's lawyer, because I didn't see her coming back.
So she's listed. She got 15 episodes listed for the series.
Oh, good. Okay, I like it. Okay.
So, and then I'm thinking, so that's Davis and Sachs, because she was the one that got him off out of that trial when Sachs and Davis were trying to fuck him. You know what I'm saying? So he would trust Tamika way before he would trust Davis. In fact, he should have called Tamika instead of calling Davis. Davis tried to get him arrested last time they were in court together on a murder case. So, I mean, he should have called Tamika to begin with. So it'd be interesting. And then Mock is coming back. John Mock is coming back. And I'm like, for what? A dead cop and a dead professor does not get up to the USA level. That doesn't make sense. Unless he's tied to Cristobal somehow, because Cristobal was a part of the Jimenez case. Maybe he comes back to be like, hey, Cristobal, we don't got enough evidence on you. Your girlfriend's gone. She's dead. But nobody else can can snitch on you. So you're out of jail. Maybe.
I don't see when John would be back. I'm not fitting. That doesn't fit.
It just.
I mean, it's just a professor. I mean, of course, it's a cop, right? So that's a big deal. But
that's local. That's local shit.
Cops happen all the time. Yeah, cops get killed all the time, every day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's got to be more to it. It's got to be something going on.
And it's not the DNC thing, because Ott is not coming back. I mean, so he has no 2022 episodes. So this whole Sweeney thing of Tate trying to get some dirt on Sweeney, I'm pretty sure that's gone, at least for right now.
Well, Ott is going to be in, what is it called?
Influence,
yeah.
So he'll be back later on season. I'm just saying for the rest of this season, I don't see him being like, he's not going to be in it. So I mean, so where would that work? So Tariq's he was working on his alibi for Jabari's murder. So first episode this season, he was using Big Mama's alcoholism to tell her that he was there since 8 o'clock. Remember when she's like, do you just walk up in here? It's like, Mom, Grandma, I've been here since 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I've been drinking. I don't fucking know. Which
you know what? When that happened, I was thinking like that they did that on purpose, but I didn't know where it was gonna. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you didn't know where it was going. Like, why was he so specific with a time?
Say that. Yeah.
Like, when do you ever hear times on this show? Like,
yeah.
But I did. So look, yeah. So that's probably what he was doing, right? But the problem is, he just went to court to say she's an alcoholic and unfit to raise his sister. So you can't really call her as your character witness. And if she gets on the stand, she's gonna be like, no, he did that shit. He guilty as fuck.
Just like his father.
Right? Like he's a murder.
Yep.
He's a murdering drug dealer, just like his daddy.
Yep.
Who didn't leave me no money. Not enough.
He did. She's being greedy, in my opinion. I mean, come on now. She's a mother-in-law. She's not his mother.
He took care of Kate, but then Kate did raise him. So
I mean, she did. No, let's be real. Kate did raise Ghost, and so he views her as his mom, and so he left her the appropriate thing that you would leave for your mom. And a mother-in-law, you get your house paid for a year? Come on.
One of these women actually helped raise your children. One of these women were there when your daughter died. Right, one of these, like,
I should even remember Raina's name.
Yeah.
Do you think she should have gotten more than a house paid for a year?
He could have paid.
No, that's more than enough.
He could have paid the house off because he knew she was gonna be raising Yaz.
Also true. There you go. You go. She's like, I know who was raising my child. And that's only to the trust. So yes, but it was kind of obvious he wanted to emphasize the time. Yeah, it was obviously he wanted to emphasize the time. So, but again, so she has no episodes for 2022. Big Mama nor Yaz have any credited episodes for 2022. So, so clearly Yaz Big Mama is in rehab praying for her alcoholism. Yaz is in the system because her new guardian just got arrested for double murder. Huh?
Tariq has to pay for rehab, court fees.
Right.
Nay. How's he getting all this money? If Zeke comes back, he's gonna want his money.
Braid is work. He has a free workforce because Braid is just happy to be there. so like his actual dealer don't need money. So it's like it's a win-win situation, really. In that situation. But to your point, it doesn't make, but you know what? If Yaz might call him on that butt phone he gave her to be like, Tariq, why are you? It's like, I got arrested, baby. I got arrested. Why did you get arrested? Murder, baby. What's murder? Click. Like, I ain't got time for this. Look, Yaz, I'll talk to you when I can. Yaz is with JoJo. That's funny. I was Spill the Tea. I'm sorry, Spill the Tea said that. That shit was hilarious. I was like, yeah, because JoJo, what the fuck? Maybe, man. Don't get me on Queens. I'm already upset. Don't get me do that. All right. So Tariq in jail. Braden probably going to help. Hopefully Lauren is going to help. Tate is really getting on my damn nerves because he has a councilman job. Like, he has a legit full-time job that he don't do. Like, what the fuck?
That you don't see him do. That is off camera. Off camera.
Like,
damn it. He don't get a phone call. He don't get nothing. He don't get, hey, councilman, what happened to the...
They sent emails.
See, give me something. Give me the Queen's Child Project. Act like you still give a fuck. Like, what happened to the Queen's Child Project? What happened to the Queen's Child Project?
It died with ghosts.
Damn it. Queen's Child.
What happened to his offshore accounts? I watched that episode last night. And remember, they were getting divorced, and Tasha was got her forensic accountant to find the offshore accounts.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all these trust money is coming from. Because Terry went all through Big One. Like, David, you mean how many times Ghost was like, I can't pay you Milan. He was like, I got to get that money. He was like, hey, baby, I got to break into the kid's trust that she knew about. And he was like, no, that business bullshit. You ain't messing with our kids' money. So she already knew about that money. But somehow he's like, oh shit, I gotta pay Milan. I ain't got no money. And now all of a sudden he like rolling. Then he had to remember when they had to get Tariq and he needed $1 million to pay Jason for the drug. He had to go to Tate to get that money. But now all of a sudden this motherfucker just balling out when he dead. I'm like, what kind of insurance policy do you have on a man whose business got shot? He got shot at. No insurance company in their right mind would give him
$1 million running for lieutenant governor, so maybe he was able to up his policy because he is a public figure.
They should have got into that. They really should have got into that. And it should have been like, did you murder your husband?
Insurance. Like maybe he has like $1 million life insurance policy.
That was more than $1 million.
Oh yeah. But all great points, but it never went that direction, right? Like every Law and Order episode where a wife is suspected of killing their husband, it always gets down to the insurance policy. It would have made a lot more sense to this trust bullshit. But I be said, let's talk about people who run their mouth too much. So let's talk about Drew. He is constantly running his mouth about shit. And that's how fucking Kane got back into the family because Drew told him that they needed to connect. And two plot holes with this. So when Drew was talking to Kane in episode 2, and they're at the basketball court, first I want to talk about Drew let it slip that Tariq was tied to course correct because Zeke was like, what? That's Reek's thing? Course correct is on lock. And Drew was like, oh shit, I opened my mouth again. So I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. So when he finds out that his girlfriend, Carrie, is leading almost the investigation into this drug dealing thing, which will be connected to course correct. All right. Does he take one for the team and murder Carrie at the end of this season? Because he's like, if Tariq goes down and course correct goes down, then my family is going down. My new mama that I just found out about, because that's probably going to happen this season. And he's like, if I kill her, then none of this stuff is going to be investigated. Look at your faces. Kim says no.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Carrie has to die because I just want to snatch her wig off and choke her myself with the wig. Like I'm so done with her because it's just annoying at this point, right? Like she's so. At first, because we remember in the beginning, she was like being nosy about Tariq. Remember, she did the whole vigil about his dad and you know? Yeah. And now all of a sudden she's like hell bent on putting him in jail for killing Jabari, who you could care less about. Let's just be real about it. Yeah. So I'm like, she's annoying. I don't know who's gonna kill her. That's the thing. I'm not. I can't really pinpoint. I don't really feel like it's gonna be Tariq.
I think it has to be about Stacey.
Maybe. Huh? Could be Braden's first kill. Maybe Kane helps out.
What's up with your face, Stacey?
Maybe Lauren does it.
Oh
man, no, that's too. No, we ain't ready for that. We ain't ready for that. She'd be like, hey, but hold up. Let's look at both these. Let's look at all these theories. All right. So let's start with Braden, right? So Braden's like, I got to take one for my boy, right? So he's like, Professor Carrie, you are the reason that these cops are looking into both of us. Your ass got to go. Hey, Kane, if we go down, you go down. So Kane is like, you know what? My family wants this bitch dead anyway. So he could be like, look, Monet, I killed that bitch. I did it. And he's like, oh, you so good, son. So that's a possibility. Kane is obvious. Tariq is obvious, right? So Braden would be unique, right? They wouldn't necessarily see that coming, but you can see how they could get there depending on how they write it, right? If Braden's the only one that could do it one for the team, right? He's already proven he's ready to murder someone without any hesitation. So it wouldn't be that far out of a stretch. Okay. Lauren, that would be a stretch, but Carrie is the one that got her being an undercover informant and shit. You know what I'm saying? She's the one putting all the pressure on her. She's the one that's looking into her boyfriend, Tariq. So she could be like, I'm about this life and I'm going to protect my man. So
she threatens to tell Tariq that she's a snitch and Tariq might kill her. So she's like, I gotta keep her mouth shut. So I have to kill her before Tariq finds out I'm a snitch.
that could be it. And then Lauren goes, Professor, does anyone else know that I've been working for the cops besides you? No, that's just you and our secret. Okay, slice.
No, but Kamal knows.
Also true.
Kamal knows. So
also
if
true.
Kamal knows, she can't do that. She can't. It's not going to be Lauren. I'm telling you. Lauren is too pretty, no. Even though Effie is all of that too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that I can see Diane. Huh?
Effie's a thug. What are you talking about?
Yes, I can see Effie doing. No,
cleans up well.
Being pretty women, like pretty women. Yeah, Effie is more of a thug than any of them. But I would say Diana could kill someone, so as Effie can. But Lauren is the only one I do not see killing anybody. Like I don't.
But that's why it would be awesome because you couldn't see it. But with enough writing, you'd be like, you know what? All right, Effie. So to your point, let's say he's getting Effie's draws. Right? Effie could be like, I'm standing up for my man. I mean, he put on a condom for me, so I got to go do what I got to go do. And I was like,
okay.
I got to bring that up because that was hilarious. It was hilarious to me. But
has invested too much in Tariq. She gave him an apartment. She gave him her car.
Yep.
She's giving her everything. So
yep, ass and everything. So she committed.
Her investment.
Mm-hmm. She committed, and that's what she says. I gotta kill you. I'm too committed to this man. If I don't kill you, my mom's gonna find out what I did. Spill the tea says Courtney got to pay. That's hilarious. Courtney, that's just.
The black dog get love now.
Oh, that's how we doing it.
Feel good. So this is the only reason why. So
Monet gonna kill her because
COVID, does he?
No, I hope not.
You breathe in your face.
Dogs can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If Courtney kills Carrie, that would make sense, but I think also would be too obvious. But that was a good one too. But she does a lot of talking. She don't do a lot of action. But anyway, I just want to know if as dumb as Zeke is now, you know what I'm saying? His as much as he knows about course correct, when is course correct gonna come out Carrie's mouth? When are we gonna tie this together?
Zeke can kill Carrie.
Huh?
Zeke can kill Carrie.
You know what? He could. If Monet gets in his head, Monet gets in his head, he could kill her because he's mad. He's really mad. Especially
I said Zeke.
Like on the basketball draft or whatever, he's gonna be like, "It's your fault that I didn't get on the draft. It's your fault."
Okay, so Zeke. What did I say? I thought I said Zeke could kill Carrie.
No.
Braden. I said Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. Yes, I agree. Zeke could kill Carrie for the. I said Zeke could kill Carrie for the family because. Y'all, I swear to God, I thought I just.
You did not say.
All right. Let's just Zeke kills Carrie, right? Also, yeah, because he takes one for the team. I said he's trying to protect his mama. He just found out about. I know I said that. He tries to protect his mama that he just found out about because he knows if course correct goes down, they all go down. So he does that, right? And then the whole family has to, well, not the whole family. Monet has to help save him because Lorenzo's probably gonna be like, fuck that dude, because that's the baby you had with another man. I'm concerned about Zeke, the hair change and the hyper attitude with Drew and Everett. So he could be on the edge, Zeke could be on the edge. And again, he mentions course correct, or Carrie says, I'm looking into course correct. These students have been saying something about course correct. That brings it back to what Drew told Zeke. And Zeke is like, oh, fuck. Like, she knows too much. And I gotta do it. And you wouldn't see it coming, but it would kind of make sense if he was like, and it's like my draft, I have to go. Oh, so let's talk about Zeke. Plot hole. This season, Zeke was clutching his pearls when Drew once again ran his mouth and was like, hey, you're our gravy train out of here. Like, you're our retirement plan. And he's like, I can't believe that you would do this to me, Monet. In season 1, he's the one that told fucking Carrie, I have to go to the draft. My family is depending on me. That without me, that they can't get out of their business. And he was trying to like, oh, I don't know how much I'm trying to say. So he already knew that he was the golden ticket for his family to get the fuck out of there. But all of a sudden, he's trying to act like he didn't know anything about that shit. And Drew was the first one that told him about Monet's master plan. And I'm like, also, this leads to the next question. Who was that black woman that was sitting next to him when he announced his effort to go to the draft? Like, why wasn't Monet sitting there? And who was that woman?
Yeah, I don't, what woman?
See, yeah, some commenter actually brought that up. Like, it was a black woman sitting next to him at the press conference. And I mean, I didn't pay attention, but people were like, who was that? And I was like, who was that masked woman? I don't know. Drew gonna kill Everett because he knows too much. Yeah.
That I definitely could see that.
Yeah, because Everett's not in the rest of the season. Everett's not coming back either. Not for this season. So I think his murder would be on camera.
Too. He's actually very nosy. Because remember when the last episode when Diana came out to help Tariq with the bloody nose and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Everett was all in it. Like me, I got blinders on. I don't see nothing. Like get out the car, Drew. You know what I'm like?
Right. He's like, who this? Who there?
Doing? What's happening? It's like, no, I don't see it.
Also good point. Another thing, two more plot holes with Tariq and this murder of Jabari. He murdered Jabari because he said, I cannot let you write that book. Right? That's what he said before he pulled the trigger. Tariq made no effort to find the book, to go get laptop, to go get notebook, to be like, where is the book? Did he write anything? He had to know that he must have written something, right? He made no effort to check. Even Ghost, when he broke into Greg's apartment, he was like, this motherfucker investigated me, right? I gotta look. I mean, he found the whole vision board and shit, but he was like, he was looking. Tariq made no effort. He still has not made an effort, right? And I'm like, and what did he do with that money that Jabari gave him?
Oh, drugs.
But the money was never accounted for. Supposedly, he went from murdering Jabari straight home to Big Mama and Yaz. But he didn't say, hey, Big Mama, here's some cash that I just randomly came across. Maybe you can buy some new eggs so you stop complaining, about the fire alarm and shit. I don't know. But like, the money just disappeared. I'm like, it was a pretty good size of money that he counted. And I'm like, so where's the money? And Jabari pulled that money out of his account, which means if these detectives do any kind of basic fucking research, they're gonna be like, he pulled $10,000, $15,000 out of his account last night before he died. Where the fuck's the money? Like what I mean, so that should be accounted for somehow. But anyway, that money's never been accounted for. That book has never been accounted for. And again, Tariq did not seem
the book was accounted for. Remember, Kamal had it on a oh gosh, what the heck is his name?
No, the thumb drive. The thumb drive.
Yeah.
Right.
So the book has been accounted for. And
no, well, I'm saying knowledge of it. Like Tariq never tried to confirm or try to get rid of it. And then he was not surprised when Lauren brought it up. Like it was supposed to be.
It's because he's 19. He doesn't know to go this far. Like Ghost is a grown man. He knows to dig into that kind of stuff. That's what Courtney keeps trying to remind us, is that he is 19 and he's making huge mistakes because he doesn't know what he's doing. Like he does not know. He's smart in one instance, but he's dumb at the other side of that because he's naive, he's young, he's inexperienced, no guidance. No one's teaching him anything. At least Ghost had Kanan and what's the guy's name?
Breeze that he murdered.
Yeah, he had people that were kind of guiding him, and he saw a lot. How much has Tariq really seen where he can gain some real experience? Not very much. So
I see your point. If he would have got caught looking for the book, I would understand that, right? If Carrie would have saw him breaking into Jabari's office or making some kind of effort, that makes total sense, right? Like I'm not saying he needs to be a mastermind. He's not
thinking to go look for the book. That's what I'm saying, because he's not thinking about that. All right. You would think about that because you're a grown man and you know what you should be doing that. He's 19. He's thinking, once I get rid of Jabari, it's all over with.
It's all over.
He won't be able to write the book anymore.
All right.
Common sense, it's in a cloud somewhere, right?
Maybe catching his third body, he just like, wow, this stress is really starting to get to me. Since he started to have PTSD and shit when he woke up that morning, like, oh man, I killed 3 people. Why? I was like, because you're a murderer, bro. Also, plot convenience, Lauren's wiretapping bullshit. So somehow cops did not hear Tariq when he said, I know Zeke didn't do it. When they were talking about it, and Amy Lauren was like, how do you know? I just know, baby. Somehow the cops don't hear that. I was like, how do you not hear him say that? You know what I'm saying? Because that it was on the tape. Like that would have been like, we need to come. And then he's so sure. He's like, Jabari already told me who the book was about. I'd be like, how you know so much about this book, bro? Let's talk about this. But I'm like, if you know Zeke didn't do it, maybe because you did it. And somehow, just like last season, when Sax recorded Tariq saying, I thought after killing Ray, I'd feel better. Somehow Sax didn't record that part. He just recorded Tariq's random statement of, I had to do what I had to do, Dad. And somehow that's the confession is going to take him to jail.
That didn't make any sense.
I was like,
I could say that. And what proof do you have that I killed my dad? None.
The only person he's admitted to killing his dad to directly is Tamika.
Yeah.
Only person. So if he has to put her down one day, because he'd be like, I'm not your lawyer anymore. I was like, well, boop. I was like, shit.
That's the one person he won't put down, because even though she knows the truth, she still had his back.
True. So I'd be interested to see where she go. I still at this point I would like Tamika, Davis, and Sax to have a show. Like I like a David E. Kelly type of level show. Like that would be awesome. Like I think they would be a good crew.
Powerful for those 2 men.
And that would
it's too much.
She's a very strong woman. I'm saying, but like Davis will have to bow down. So it would be interesting to see that.
He won't.
I think the money. I think that it was the money he gave to Monet at the end of the season finale in the bag. To pay for the drugs. All right. It was still on Jabari's body when he was killed, and he gave the money to Monet to pay her for left money. All right. So money is accounted for. He took said dead money and gave it to Monet. All right. Cops should still be asking where the money goes, though. But I was like, but that's true. I didn't realize it. I was like, he was like, hey, here's some cash. Where'd you get it from? Don't worry about it. It's got blood on it. Just wipe that shit off and keep it moving. All right. So what else we got?
You can't wash money, right? Can't you wash blood off money?
Yeah, you can physically wash it. That's interesting, right? It's like, but I mean, it was in a bag. It's fine. I mean, the blood was like on the ground, so it was actually clean money in that sense. I mean, it was physically clean. I just thought I was wondering, why didn't he do anything about that fucking money? He gets out of jail. He's with Effie. Is this the end game? Like, is what happened to Lauren? Lauren's gonna be like feeling like you used me, and then she's gonna snitch on him. That's how they snitch.
Oh yeah, once you hurt a woman, they snitch all over you. That's yeah.
Tommy was like, "You ain't gonna blow."
Good idea for her to snitch. Just wouldn't.
I was like, they ain't really about that. So Braden's car being shot up, that hasn't come back. Do you think you think we're gonna get into that?
Oh, when he got his car fixed?
Off camera.
What type of all-night chop shop did he go to?
That's what I'm like.
Maybe Kane was like, take your car here. This is where we go.
Oh, bless you. I need to hear it. It just if they track the money, it's another problem. But he has a good lawyer. He does have a good. Davis could do a lot, but Davis costs money. And I'm saying, like, all these motherfuckers cost money, and Tariq ain't somehow balling out like that when necessary. I don't know.
What if Davis ends up in jail because he clearly got something going on with Redman, and he gets found out? He goes to jail. Then he's stuck with Sax.
No, that's when Tamika comes in.
That's what Tamika. Yeah. Yeah. But I like where we're going with that, right? So it may be a situation where he's kind of stuck with Sax. Tamika comes in, but then Tamika helps Redman and Tariq get out. Like this Redman thing has to get taken care of, right? Like it needs to get resolved. So we gotta see how that goes.
Get out so fast. I felt like I was watching Our Kind of People. Like Lorenzo was out like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was our kind of people. That's not a
Yeah,
compliment
like
for y'all.
Nate.
Just
Yeah, and when Nate got out on Our Kind of People, it was like instant.
like what the
It
what?
can take up to 6 months to a year for someone to be free from a jail. I mean, literally, it's true. Like it all depends on paperwork, how fast paperwork is done. There are people who are still in jail who shouldn't be in there, and they're just waiting for someone to sign a piece of paper for them to get out. So,
Oh, that's so that Tariq might pull a ghost and leave Lauren to keep her safe because
that might be true.
so don't do that. Fuck, please don't do that. And be like, he's like, it's the right.
And then she goes back to Tyrone from DC or whatever.
Oh, dude. Oh yeah. She
She
don't have a Greg. That's right. She don't have a Greg. That's right.
Not right now.
She got turtleneck in DC.
Oh, don't. Nah, they better not pull that bullshit. She too thirsty. If I can still say that. Like she ain't going nowhere. Lauren will chase Tariq down to the end of days. I will see her more confront Effie before she goes back to another dude. She's made her decision. I can see her be like,
she might get with Effie because Effie go both ways. So
see, and I thought that's gonna go somewhere, man. I was hoping Tariq would be like,
no.
He's like, look, he's like, maybe they both hook up with the Asian girl. Like, I don't know who she is. Maybe be like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Him and Diana get a little throuple going on.
That's
Effie was telling, don't mess with Tariq. He's gonna hurt you. Your first time should be with a woman. They bring her into the fold. Throuple time.
That's what I'm saying. Consensual. Anyway, I feel like when Davis got a call at the end, it was his brother. So he may have called Tamika to be his lawyer. All right. So we do assume that it has to be right because Tariq don't even have a phone. What somebody reminded me of, like Tariq got his phone taken away. Well, I mean, he was in prison, right? So they could have called. Why didn't Davis show up instead of? Why did Warren show up? Like, who the fuck? Like, he's not a defense lawyer. Like, he's not a trial lawyer. Like, why was he there in the first place? Who called him?
He just showed up because he said he heard that Tariq got put in jail. The judge, he said the judge told him that Tariq got arrested right after the trial. All right. Because I was like, that didn't make. But anyway, but to the point, we assume that Tariq called Davis, but like it could have been his brother. Well, somebody called Davis because Davis was walking down the street with a New York coffee. And then he hailed a cab. And that's what I'm saying. So a commenter is saying maybe it was actually his brother, not Tariq. We assume it's Tariq because it happened at the same time. So maybe it was his brother saying, hey, I need help, could you do that? So it would be interesting for that. Tamika is not the only one. He admitted to Monet. He did not admit to Monet that he killed his dad. He did not. She asked him, and his response was, ghosts never die. Like he's made very vague statements that could imply, but he's never been like, I murdered that motherfucker. Like he actually, Tamika, she directly asked him, he directly answered, and he had to hesitate before he did it. And he was like, yes, I submit. She's the only one he directly said, yes, I did that. Lauren gone have a problem, was gonna have a problem with Carrie about that watch. Yeah, the watch is gonna be a thing. The watch is gonna be a thing. It's illegal as fuck. It has to be. So gonna get thrown out. They can't use any of what she's doing. None of it. That's why I'm like, Tamika, because also I didn't see a judge in the IMDb thing. I didn't see a judge in 2022. So I don't think he's actually going to trial. So like Tamika and all of them, we're gonna get it worked out. Like we're not gonna have like a trial of Tariq, like like ghosts and shit. Like even though he got arrested like him, he's not going to trial. So I can't see that. He's not going to trial because there's nothing, you can't prove any of what they're saying. Lil Guap. That's my theory. They're gonna frame it all on Lil Guap. He's not coming back in 2022. Like he don't have any more episodes assigned to him. But Kane can easily. He's the one that killed Ramirez, right? I mean, he was there for Jabari's murder, right? He can say the easiest person to put this on is Lil Guap, and because someone has to answer for. Killed Jabari. He has no. Jabari was investigating the death of the GTG member that got killed on Stansfield.
and he killed them thinking that he was getting too close to what happened, and identifying GTG as being a part of it.
So why does Tariq have Ramirez's badge?
So Lil Guap got into too. He said anyone can have access to that room. So somehow Lil Guap got in there, placed it in there. Tariq can say that he was being harassed. He already got beat up by 2-Bit and by Kane, so that's not too hard, right? So he was coming to him, he was pressuring him, whatever, and that's how the badge got there. You still got to answer the question: how did the badge get there? I get that, but I feel like if this is going on, Lil Guap is gonna have to take the fall because Kane's not. I mean, Kane's too important to the story, I think.
Yeah, but Kane, I feel like my prediction for Kane is him and his dad is gonna get into it. Like they're gonna bump heads, and it's not gonna be good. I think there might be a daddy killing by son killing dad.
I hope not again. I rather see
that's gonna happen because the way that when you see the animosity that Kane had when his father was like, "You can't be my number 2," and that was just a snippet. I was like,
so that brings up another plot hole, which is Drew. So in season 1, Monet was like, "Drew, you are the Lion King. Like you were supposed to lead this family into the next or whatever." And she's like, "You're so smart and you're so great, and you took responsibility for Kane's issues and you made the tough call." And now she treated him like he a piece of shit. When they were looking for the $1 million, she was like, "Y'all can't get this shit together." And Drew was like, "I'm the one that got the most money. I'm the one, that got them to protest the game." He's like, "Fuck this." Like, what happened to Drew being the next generation leader? Like, that just kind of went nowhere. And if you say if Kane can't be number 2, then Drew should be number 2, because supposedly Lorenzo and Monet thought Drew was supposed to take the reins, right? So it should be him out there next to his dad, if not Crystal Ball somehow.
Well, he's on the injured list, so he can't do nothing.
Well, it's about brains, not about brawn anyway, right? I mean, they're trying to get him to be a thinker. I don't think anybody thought Drew was going to be the muscle of this family. I mean, that's not his role. But even Courtney, when she was still more involved in the show, was saying like Drew was supposed to be the future somehow. Like he's like the
Michael Corleone.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not seeing that. Absolutely not.
But if you remember The Godfather, we didn't see that in the beginning of The Godfather. We didn't see that Michael was going to be the leader. And then as the story went on, you saw Godfather 2, you saw where Michael had to step up, right? He had to become the gangster that he never wanted to be, that he fought his father against, right? And his brothers. He never wanted to do it, but he had to do it. And then he became one of the most ruthless out of
after his brother got murdered.
Right.
So I'm saying, so you're talking a lot of people dying from him. Or at least Kane. You're talking about Kane dying minimum for him to have to step up or go to jail because for Ramirez, right? So I mean, we could see Kane in jail. That could be his storyline. Like Kane actually does go to jail, but somehow he gets out some kind of technicality. But maybe Kane does have to take the responsibility and the fall for both things if they can't put on Lil Guap, for example.
Yeah.
Am I still complaining? Yes, E-Rock Sky. But anyway, all right.
Why are you separating the name?
No, that's it. I was like, that's what it wasn't. E-Rock Sky. I was like, I got it. Yeah, I complain. Fuck. I mean, you in this room, right? I mean, that's what we do. Anyway, all right. So, Kim, anything else? Because my list is done.
Yeah, I just feel like Tariq is just he's trying to guide himself through all of these things, but he doesn't know what he's doing. So it's gonna be a lot of what is happening right now. And then you didn't talk about the plot hole as far as how old Zeke is. And didn't they say they hadn't seen each other in like 24 years?
We did that.
How the heck is Zeke 24, but he's what, a sophomore, a freshman? Like, did he get left back in school at some point?
A couple of times.
Yeah, numerous times. Like, you would think at 23, 24, you'd be graduating.
Have you seen Zeke?
Right? You are like done already. So
we talked about that when the age came up. I was like, but y'all get mad when I pull out the calculator to be like, this don't make any damn sense. But
that didn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't.
I think we're gonna find if they, as long as they're gonna say that they didn't fuck up on the writing, I think we're gonna find out that somehow Dante came back, knocked her up, and left. Like somewhere around, like she was married like 20-ish. Like we haven't talked.
So
maybe a booty call
Lorenzo?
doesn't count. Maybe a booty call doesn't count as talking.
So wait a minute. So you're saying that she was married to Lorenzo, had a little thing with Mecca, and then came back with a full belly, and her husband wasn't like, we got 3 kids. Where did this 4th one come from?
No, she went down south. Again, he wasn't raised with them. He didn't come up until high school. So I don't know. I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying unless they acknowledge that they fucked up that script, that's the only excuse that they have is that he's slow and he got left back a couple of years, which I don't think they want to do all that. Or somehow there was a somehow a one-night stand. And she disappeared for 9 to 10 months, and But she said they're gonna work it out. She said it's gonna make sense. That's what she said. So we're gonna hold her to it, and then we can shit on her when it doesn't come out, when it doesn't make, because it's not, and we can be like, no, Courtney, you fucked that up, or crew wrote it. But yeah, it don't make any sense. I don't know. It's only so many times you can have random baby daddies, as we talked about, and eventually somebody's gonna have to kill their daddy. So like once you put that out there, I just feel like Zeke's gonna have to kill Dante. I just feel like that's gonna happen at some point.
You think you think Zeke is gonna kill Dante?
I think it's gonna. I think they're gonna. Oh, I said Monet or Zeke. It won't be Lorenzo because that's too obvious and easy. It won't be Kane. That's too obvious and easy. So I don't think Diane gives that much of a fuck. I mean, if she feels like this man is a threat to her daddy and she loves her daddy, maybe. So I would say Diane.
Yeah, I can see that.
Diane, I'll say so.
That might be her first kill. Like Braden. Maybe Braden will do it.
No, that's a stretch. Oh, plot hole. How in the fuck did Mecca know how long Tariq and Braden knew each other?
Yeah, I didn't get that part either.
I
questioned that too. I was like,
he saw her with the binoculars. Was like, they've been friends for years. You need to go after Braden. How the fuck? What Google did you use?
They're Choate transcripts, and they were roommates at Choate.
He went and got those.
They got the names on the doors, and he went. And he's like, okay, class of whatever.
And he did the math.
Yeah.
So the problem with that is they met right after that meeting. like if he Googled that shit also, and then no one brings up McAllister Prep. None of them. It's always Choate and then Stansfield. Those are whole.
Brought it up.
Huh?
The little short dude brought it up.
Come on, no. He went to Choate. It's always Choate. He said he got kicked out of Choate because he officially got kicked out of Choate for drugs, and then he GED'd his way out of McAllister Prep. But it wasn't. But somehow you don't know that a teacher got arrested for drugs at the exact same time. Like that's not a coincidence. And again, if you looked into it, I hope Kamal has that kind of sense that he looks into it and he really like, oh, now this is the 3rd school that Tariq has been associated with that drugs has been dealt at because he's a poor drug dealer. He's not good at this shit. Like, and I don't know why he gives. Maybe Mecca is Effie's connect. We've discussed that. That would be interesting. But he just got to town.
Connect now,
huh?
She's getting her drugs from Tariq and Brady.
Yeah, well, he's talking about previous, I guess, but he just got to town. Mecca just showed up.
There. Yeah, and he said there was a void to be filled. So what was the void? Was it the daughters or was it some other group?
Yeah, but remember the one where he sent oh my gosh, remember last episode? Was the last episode or the episode before? And he sent them to rob. He sent Kane.
Yeah.
And Braden to rob them. That guy is coming back. There's something up with that, why he did that. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like that guy means something to Mecca. Like that must be the other big connect, you know what I'm saying? That's in the area or whatever. Because why would he go and rob him like that? And you know what I'm saying? There's something up with that. So that might come back. I think that'll come back. I
hope it does. There's some random shit. I think it was just an opportunity to show Kane and Braden out there, you know, riding it out. I think because if there were, they would have showed you the person. They would have showed you, and they never.
I think eventually they will show us that person. I think that person is coming back because there's no way that you can rob a drug dealer and it not come back sooner or later.
You would think. Hopefully they're good enough to bring that back. I mean, it would be nice. But I think the whole, even though they don't want to admit it, is Ghost and Tommy. Because they were suppliers. Like Monet was a dealer. You know what I'm saying? So he's a supplier. So he was at the Ghost and Tommy level. He's at the Ghost and Tommy level. So that was probably the void that they were discussing. And yeah, so or Milan, I guess, but he was only doing the Staten Island guys and the Serbs. So it was probably Ghost and Tommy, even though they don't acknowledge that he knows anything about Ghost and Tommy, which is irritating. And the Jimenez.
Jason got murdered.
Jason got murdered, and the Jimenez got murdered. So they're also equal level. So he could have been replacing the Jimenez hole that's left.
Oh.
Well, yes. I was like, they're whole. Anyway, all right. So, Stacey, anything else besides the holes?
No.
All right. Kim.
Nope, that's about it. It's all right. Good one next episode. It's gonna be good.
It's good. It's gonna be good. We filled all the holes. Thank you guys for watching. We greatly appreciate it. All right, you guys in the chat. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. We will see you again next week. Actually, we're gonna stick around. We're gonna do Dexter in a minute, so we can talk about that. But again, if you want to be part of the giveaway, please leave a comment on the video after it's posted. Please email us in the description and below of the video, and then we will see you guys a Amazon gift card because we appreciate your support. Because 1,000 and 2,000 for 2022. That's the goal. To get us another 1,000 by this time next year. We will see how that goes. And then we get there, then we talk about merch. All right. If you want shirts from us, official things like it happened off camera, and this don't make no damn sense. We can figure it out. EBT cards are forever. We can do that one too.